Hello everyone and welcome to Celebrity Squad. Today we're talking about 8 crazy things you probably don't know about the Tiger King. Be sure to watch until the end and leave a comment down below for a chance to win our monthly shout-out. Let's get to the video. Netflix documentary Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness has managed to do the impossible, temporarily distract a world stressed out by the coronavirus crisis. The wildly popular 7-episode series, directed by Eric Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin, focuses on Joseph Maldonado Passage, also known as Joe Exotic, and his Oklahoma exotic animal park. There's a strange comfort to be had in taking refuge in this specific brand of American craziness. For viewers self-isolating in their homes, it's a reminder that the world was weird in so many varied ways before coronavirus. God willing and the creek won't rise, it will one day get a chance to be that weird again. Since the series started streaming on March 20th, dozens of news stories and interviews have dug into the real people and events behind the show. Some spoilers ahead, but if you've already watched the series, read on for these 9 juicy tidbits that the show itself didn't reveal. 1. That mostly isn't Joe singing. In multiple episodes, Joe brags about his singing career and songs such as I Saw a Tiger or Heard, but anyone with ears can tell the polished country music veteran voice crooning the tunes doesn't sound anything like Joe Exotic's drawing speaking voice. Real musicians Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton were the real musical power behind Joe's Milli Vanilli act. Johnson told Vanity Fair they worked for free, thinking they'd earn fame from a reality show about Joe's life. Clinton died in October, TMZ reports. The show's directors, Eric Goode and Rebecca Chaiklin, told the LA Times that a fact-checker discovered that Joe didn't sing somewhat on certain songs, so they chose not to call him out on it in the show. 2. Don't blame the tiger for that missing hand. In the first episode, Kelsey Safrey, one of Joe's employees, is seen immediately after being bitten by a tiger. Safrey chooses to have the injured hand amputated rather than undergo numerous operations. Returns to work just 5 days later and shows up throughout the show displaying a stump. Safrey has said from the beginning that no one could blame the tiger, and though it's not mentioned in the episode, the tiger was not put down. In a 2013 statement, Safrey said, I broke protocol and stuck my hand in a cat cage instead of using the stick provided. Actor David Spade interviewed Safrey in a video published March 27th. I just got complacent, Safrey said about the injury, and the tiger didn't pay the ultimate price for the bite. The tiger wasn't put down. We just moved it off of the park, off of display, Safrey said. 3. John Finley got his teeth fixed. David Spade, who admitted to being obsessed with the show, didn't just interview Safrey, but also a number of other Tiger King cast members, including John Finley, one of Joe Exotic's romantic partners. Finley was noteworthy on the show for only having a few visible teeth, but now he has full dentures and is almost unrecognizable. It took a while, he told Spade of his dental procedures, but after I got him fixed the right way, they were perfect. Finley did tell Spade that he thought getting his teeth fixed was more painful than getting his 51 tattoos, and that the pink shirt 3-groom wedding seen on the show was all Joe's idea. 4. Those alligators were famous. Tiger King is mostly about the big cats, although the reptile residents of the park have a sad storyline in one of the episodes when their enclosure catches on fire. John Finley told David Spade in his video interview that some of the alligators at the exotic animal park came from Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. He also said that working with the crocodiles and alligators was more dangerous than working with the big cats, in part because of the reptiles' giant and threatening tails. Finley also said he's not in contact with Joe Exotic at all and plans to get all the tattoos of Joe's name covered up and is engaged to a woman now. 5. The accident that took John Rinka's legs was even worse than described. John Rinka, former manager at Joe's Exotic Animal Park, is shown many times putting on and taking off his artificial legs, explaining that he needs them not because of a cat attack, but due to a previous accident. Like everything in Tiger King, that's only half of the dramatic story. Back in 2010, Rinka explained his accident to the Oklahoma newspaper. Though he describes it as a ziplining accident in the show, the article describes it as a bungee jumping accident. It certainly involved a fall from a terrifying height. Not only did a pulley malfunction, sending Rinka tumbling 55 feet to the ground and crushing his legs, but he didn't just land on the earth. He fell onto a 6-inch metal stake, piercing his colon and his stomach, the paper reports. He later had more than 20 operations on his feet and legs. 6. Shaq is not a Joe Exotic friend. Tiger King gets so weird. Viewers might forget NBA star Shaquille O'Neal briefly shows up in an episode. But on March 25th, O'Neal said on the Big Podcast with Shaq that the two were not pals. He said he loves tigers and visited the park a few times, but had no idea all that stuff was going on. He said he still loves the animals and he has made donations to support them, but it is not close to Joe Exotic. I was just a visitor, O'Neal said on the podcast. I met this guy, not my friend, don't know him, never had any business dealings with him, and don't go to the athlete's house expecting to see big cats, though he could certainly afford them. Do I own tigers personally at my house? O'Neal said. No. 7. Petting the cubs has a dark side. Joe Exotic earns money by charging visitors to come to his exotic animal park and take photos cuddling with a big cat cub. But directors and writers Eric Good and Rebecca Chaiklin told the LA Times that they never gave in and cuddled the baby cats, especially after what they saw. Most of the tigers we were around were subjected to abject cruelty, Chaiklin said. We saw babies being torn from their mothers and screaming. They'd get sick from being handled so much and get ringworm and mange. It was disturbing. 8. Carol's missing husband is still missing. A large part of the series focuses on Joe's Exotic's nemesis, activist Carol Baskin, whose husband, Don Lewis, disappeared in 1997. Joe Exotic, who is now serving 22 years in prison for charges related to Baskin, claims over and over in the series that Baskin killed James and fed the remains to her big cats. On the website for Big Cat Rescue, her animal organization, Baskin refutes how she was portrayed in the documentary. The directors did not care about the truth, she says. The unsavory lies are better for getting viewers. As for Don James himself, his disappearance remains a mystery. On Monday, Hillsborough, Florida Sheriff Shad Cronister even tweeted out a request for anyone with any leads in the case to call him. Thanks for watching our video. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and check out these videos. We think you'll love them.